So we finally got Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not bad. So I just got done watching Zack Snyder's Justice League on binge here in Australia. We don't have HBO Max, but it's essentially the same sort of thing. Obviously, pretty much anything is better than the dumpster fire that was the original Justice League that came out, in 2017. So what did we like about the new Justice League? Everything about it is a lot better. So obviously your characters get a lot more development. A lot of the shots are better. They're cleaned up more. They're not oversaturated with color. Things make sense. The aspect ratio is different and it allows for those sort of vertical shots. A lot of the dialogue is better. Steppenwolf, the villain, is way, way better in this. His outfit looks really good. You understand his motivations because he's essentially just a sad old man who's kicked out from his club and then he wants back into the club by destroying Earth. I mean, that's a good villain arc. In the original, we literally had no reason. We had no understanding of what he was doing, and he looked terrible on top of it. We get to see Darkseid in this, and Darkseid looked pretty good. Like, obviously, he didn't look Thanos levels of good like in the Avengers, but for the budget that they had for this movie and for the amount of scenes that they put him in, he looked pretty good, and I would have wanted to see more of this Darkseid. Like, he was fucking menacing, man. He looked really good. His captains looked really good. Desaad was super creepy. Almost every character aspect, almost every shot, everything about this film is better than the other one. The original Justice League that we got in 2017 was very bland, very boring. That's almost worse than it being a bad film. If it was a bad film, like say Batman and Robin, you could enjoy watching it because it's bad. Now we live in a world where we actually have a decent Justice League movie. Now it is 4 hours long, so I can understand that a lot of people are going to complain about the length, but if you watch it one time, watch it in a few sittings, and you'll have a good time, honestly. I didn't feel bored at all during the film. It was cool to see a bunch of stuff, and like I said, you can cut a few things out. That is possible. And the fact that they brought Jared Leto back for a little cameo at the end as the Joker, it gave us that little taste of what we all expected he was going to be like, when they cast Jared Leto as the Joker. But instead, they gave us this weird little bitchy gangster fucking sook with tattoos. They made him pretty menacing, not gonna lie. At the end of Justice League, there's a good little scene, and he's in it. And honestly, I want to see more of that Joker. I want to see more of these things because it's at least cohesive. All the characters are interesting. Okay, they definitely differ from their comic counterparts, but they're at least interesting and they're written well. And that's enough for me. As long as they are written well and they're interesting, give me the movie. I don't really care if they're not exactly like they are in the comic books. That's fine. Just make it good. And that's what they did here. It's great to see Ben Affleck back as Batman. Great to see Henry Cavill back. We get to see Black Suit Superman. We get to see Martian Manhunter. Like, have you ever thought you'd see Martian Manhunter in a movie ever? Like, no. And he was there and it was great. We got a lot of fan service related things in this movie, probably because there's not going to be a continuation. There just isn't going to be. Now, Warner Brothers could turn around and surprise us all and give us the Snyder universe. They could do it. They're not going to do it, which is a shame because a lot of the characters that he brought into this movie, it's done really well. And you would like to see offshoots from these characters. You would like to go and see another Wonder Woman movie that's better than the previous one. That's better than fucking 84. We don't talk about that movie. But you want to see a Cyborg movie. You want to see a Barry Allen movie. You want to see a fucking Martian Manhunter movie. You want to see all these things now because this movie has actually given us solid characters and good writing and just a good film. It's given us that, and this is a good starting off point. We should jump from here and give these characters their own movies so that you could create a universe rather than rushing everything. But yeah, guys, overall for me, this is a 7 out of 10. Now the 7 out of 10 might honestly be generous. Some people would probably say it's generous. I'm just comparing it to the one that we got. And it is much, much better, but I can still objectively see that there is still lots wrong with this movie. I don't really want to talk about them because I had such a good time, and I feel like we've given DC a lot of negative press, over the last how many years with their universe. We finally got a good ensemble movie. Let's just focus on that. We get to see Batman, we get to see Superman back together, we get to see fucking Wonder Woman, we get to see all of our favorite characters in a movie that does them justice. Pardon the pun. So let's just leave it there. It's a 7 out of 10. If you enjoy the characters, you can watch this movie, you can have a good time, you can watch it over a weekend, you can watch it during the week, after work, in a little hour, turn it into little hour segments. Give yourself a week to watch this movie. But if you like these characters, if you like the DC movies, you'll probably really enjoy this, just like I did. That's the review, guys. If you like Batman, if you like the Justice League, if you like any of those DC characters, you'll enjoy this. Go and watch it. Go and support this movie, because it's crazy that we even got to experience this film after all the campaigning that people did with Release the Snyder Cut. It's kind of opened up a little Pandora's box for the future in terms of filmmaking and going back and reshaping films and giving directors the chance to release their vision. From here, I say release the air card for Suicide Squad. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one.